everybody. Thanks for joining us. We are just getting all set up here for a live with Kaitlyn Heaton of All Bodies Custom Lingerie, and I'm Amanda Brown of Janome Canada. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are super excited because Kaitlyn has just put out this really great primer for us on bra making and a whole bunch of information all about the fabrics and everything that goes into making a bra, because it can be really confusing. So we're really excited for this resource to come out. If you haven't seen it yet, we have this QR code in the top corner, and you can scan it with your phone and follow it, and it will go to our website with the information all there for you to see what is going on with that. Before we jump into it, we have some exciting giveaways today. So if you leave a comment during our live feed, you will be entered into a draw. We have two great prizes. One is from Janome. We have a thread pack for you. And we're also going to do a collection of feet that are great for sewing and making bras and lingerie. And we'll have some Janome swag for you. So that's one part of it. But our second part of it is a gift card, a $100 gift card to Emerald Erin, who is a supply company of bras. And they have some great patterns in Ontario, Canada, and free shipping with that across Canada. So we're excited to have those. So leave a comment during the our live presentation and entered into that. I'm going to bring Kaitlyn back out here again. Hi, Kaitlyn. How are you doing today?
I'm good. And you, Amanda?
I'm good. Kaitlyn is in, where are you from? Where are you hailing from?
I'm in Red Deer, Alberta, which is snowy central Alberta.
Snowy central Alberta. Is that dang winter time?
'Tis the season.
It has to happen. But I mean, going into Christmas time and the holidays, it feels more festive if there's snow.
Yes.
Okay, so we are so excited for this primer, and this was a long time in the making, mostly on our part, but we wanted to make sure that the information was just right. And can you tell us a little bit about your primer?
So I am a custom bra maker, and I also teach introduction to bra making workshops. And when I joined the Janome Maker team, one part of our job is to create these inspiration projects. And I just feel like one of the most inspiring things you can do is make your own lingerie, to make your own bras and to get the fit that makes you feel amazing. And so I wanted to take the knowledge that I've gained through my years of bra making, through my years of teaching the Introduction to Bra Making workshop, and put it into this document to kind of set the stage for you in your bra making journey.
Well, and that document is thorough. And I could have used it a couple years ago. I attempted to make my first bra, and I don't think I could even get it on. And then I tried to make my second bra, and it did better. It did way better. But there were so many parts, and the bra patterns are written really well. It's just there's those little parts where I'm just like, I don't understand the language of the bra making, and that makes it a little bit tricky.
Yeah, so I did try to include, a lot of the terminology. These are the parts of the bra. These are the measurements that they're referring to and how to take those measurements. I have a section at the end of the document for where to find additional pattern designers, additional information if you want to go down the draft your own bra route, where to find supplies. Just try to make it nice and comprehensive.
Yeah, and it definitely is that. And I love that you included the pieces for a bra just for one size, so that even if you were still hesitant to jump all in, that you could try to put something together and see, okay, yeah, this makes sense. That really helps. Can you tell us a little bit about how you got into bra making?
Sure. So I
love technology. I just am having a little laggy feed here. Just as I'm waiting for Kaitlyn to come back in, if you have a question about bra making, please feel free to leave it in the comments, and we will address it this evening. Kaitlyn, you're back now. Sorry, I don't know what's happening tonight.
I mean, it's probably my internet, or the internet in our neighborhood is known to be interesting. So for me, getting into bra making, I started sewing as a practice in 2018, kind of as a way to rediscover a new identity after having had my twins, and to have, projects that I could make progress on and I didn't have to redo and redo, like dishes and laundry and all of that. I really enjoyed listening to the Love to Sew podcast, and they interview Emerald Erin on that podcast. I want to say it's episode number 52, but don't quote me on that. They interview her. It's a really wonderful episode, and Erin just made it seem so approachable. Why wouldn't bra making be your next learning opportunity? So I dove in pretty deep, did lots of research on, where to find bra patterns and materials and all of that, and made my first bra in November of 2019. And initially, I was only just going to ever make bras for myself. But then a negative hiring opportunity right at the start of COVID, I switched gears from a career perspective and then decided to launch my own business. So now I'm a custom bra maker and a lingerie instructor, I guess.
Okay, just because I find this fascinating about you, what was your other career?
I'm an environmental engineer.
I love it. It's quite the jump, but like I'm in the same boat. I went through for biology and chemistry and environmental sciences, and here we are sewing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what I think about bras and about a lot of my other sewing projects is it combines, there's a creativity aspect and there's a very, very technical aspect. And that's what I really enjoyed about engineering. And now I'm just doing it in a different way.
Absolutely. Like that. It is really cool to use that. And I remember like every time I have to do quilt math, I'm like, this is why I did calculus at university.
Yes.
It makes no sense, but it works. Okay. So some of the questions that we often get about bra making is like how people struggle to get your own measurements. If you have a friend that can help you, or like sometimes when we go to the lingerie store, they will measure us for us because it's so hard to do ourselves. So can you talk to us a little bit about how to make sure that we're doing it right or what we need to worry about?
So yeah, measurements are probably one of the hardest parts about getting started because they are difficult to collect. And the tissue that you're measuring is not the most cooperative of tissues. Having a buddy or an extra pair of hands can make this process much easier. One of the things that most bra patterns will recommend to you is wear your best fitting bra. Okay. It can be tricky because, sometimes the reason you want to start sewing bras is because you have such terrible fit from store or bras that you're able to buy in the store. So you kind of have to balance that a little bit. So I like to measure over the bra, the best fitting bra that I have, one that's preferably not foam, so it's not adding to the measurements, preferably not like a sports bra style that provides compression, because that can skew the measurements. So your best fitting bra and also directly on the skin. And you kind of like consider both of those in deciding where your measurements put you in the measurement chart.
Okay. No, that's great information. You've just frozen it again. Okay. A reminder to everyone joining us that we have some draws going on this evening. So if you leave a comment during our live feed, you will be entered into a draw. One prize is a thread kit and some specialty feet for your Janome machines for bra making. And plus some Janome swag. We have to add that in there. And the second prize is a $100 gift certificate to Emerald Erin, who is an Ontario-based bra making supply company, and they have some patterns. So you will have that plus free shipping, and that's open to anyone who is living in Canada. Kaitlyn, you're back. I was live for these things, but that's great because it's like full commercial breaks.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's good to know, like, try your best, but it's just a launching off point.
Absolutely. So once you have, whatever you decide your measurements are, averaging between those two sets, you look at the size chart of the pattern in question, and it's going to give you one of the sizes to make up. And so make up that size, but keep in mind that might not actually be your best size. You might be 1 or 2 up or down, because again, those measurements, we did our best, but they're hard to take. And your body will react differently to different patterns. And yeah, once you have tissue in fabric, it just, because the bra is doing work, it's different than like a t-shirt.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, we have some questions coming in. First up, Francis is asking, do you sell patterns or kits yourself?
So I am not a pattern designer. I've drafted this one for Janome for the purposes of this document, but that's not my expertise. In the document, there's a list of a bunch of different pattern designers that you can go and check out, some of which are Canadian, some of which are more international based. And I provide kits for my students in my in-person classes. But again, I'm not a bra supply company. That's where I order from Erin. I order from Bra Maker Supply.
Yeah.
I get my supplies there, and I provide the kits for my students just to make it easier. But
yeah. And I must say, like, that's one thing that I love about Emerald Erin, because I've actually purchased a kit or two from her before. Like, one, I didn't do it justice. The next one, I am fully prepped now. I'm gonna have that primer. I'm gonna be good. But it's like she figures out everything you need, and you just pick colors, and then it magically appears with everything you need. So that's so nice. And she makes sure if there's like a wire that you need or anything, that she has the right fit for you based on what pattern size you're making.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most of the bra making supply companies will have kit options, and that's definitely a great way to go when you're first getting started and you're not familiar with all of the little bits and pieces that you need. Buying a kit can just make it easy for you. Yeah. And then when you have experience, then you can be like, oh, actually, I like this elastic over this elastic, and I prefer this width of hook and eye versus this. And so then you can get a little bit more particular once you actually know a little bit about what you're doing.
Yeah. And I think that's true of most sewing, is like at first it is easier just to do something like that where you're handed everything, and then after you're like, yeah, I didn't like that part, I want this part. Yeah. No, it's great. It's a great place to start for sure.
Absolutely.
MJ Quilter is asking, will you be offering classes online? So do you offer classes online?
I do not at this time offer classes online, but I wouldn't say never. There are other online classes. The class that I took in when I was a baby bra maker was the Craftsy class series with Beverly Johnson. So Beverly Johnson is a Canadian pattern.
Kaitlyn. Okay, if you're just joining us, see the little QR code up in the corner here? That is the link to our bra, Kaitlyn's bra primer on our website. So if you haven't gotten it yet, just scan that with your camera and you can get it there. Sorry, Kaitlyn, you're back. So you were talking about a class that you took with
Beverly Johnson.
Okay.
So Beverly Johnson is a bra pattern designer. She is the maker behind Pinup Girls Patterns. Former owner of Bra Maker Supply. She has a series of 6 or 7 classes on Craftsy, and her introduction to bra making class is excellent. If you're looking for a concise but comprehensive beginner class, I would recommend it. I know a lot of people who have had their introduction to bra making through that class.
Perfect. Yeah, it's nice to know that whether it's a quality like online resource where you can get started. That's really helpful.
Yeah.
Okay. This next question is from Bon Bon. They have the S9 and the MC 15,000. So the 15,000 is more of like they both are. They're kind of a crossover machine between sewing and embroidery and the M7. You have so many machines. I love this. But doesn't really want to purchase another machine. But please tell me if the HD9 is better or stronger than any of those for bag making. Oh, this is kind of off topic, but the HD9 is like a bag maker dream. But Kaitlyn actually sews on the HD9. So I'll let you answer that. Like, what do you think?
So the HD9 being a straight stitch only machine, is great at doing the straight stitches. You can use it for the construction seams and the top stitching on the bra making fabrics when you're using low stretch fabrics like what I use in the bra primer and what is typically used for most of the bra patterns out there. So you could use that, but of course it can't do zigzag. So you definitely can't attach any elastics on the HT9. So you would probably have to use one of your other machines. When I teach my workshops, I ask my students to bring a machine capable of straight stitches and zigzag stitches. If they happen to have a triple step zigzag and or a lightning bolt stitch, then that's perfect. You don't really need anything fancy unless you want to start, I don't know, I'm wearing this one, but the fancy decorative stitching on bra straps. Then of course, then you can play around with whatever other stitches are on your machine, but you just really need the basics.
Yeah. And that's great for bra making and like having the option of using different feet and different needle types and making it work. But in general, the HT9 is a powerhouse. And so if you're looking specifically at bag making, you're going to love it. And it's okay that it's off topic, Mama. We're okay with that. So who did you, someone's asking, you said that it was Bev. I'm always bad with last names for the class.
Beverly Johnson.
I'm going to spell it wrong, but is it Johnston or Johnson?
Johnson.
Okay, we're going with it. I can't claim that I can spell. That's how it goes.
Johnsson.
And Beverly, I might have spelled wrong too, but you never know.
Yep.
Oh, I posted it twice.
You got that right.
Okay, so I'm just reading through this. Okay, Deborah is asking if there's bralette patterns. Maybe where can we find good bralette patterns?
So a lot of the bra pattern designers will have a bralette option. So for example, Emerald Erin, she published her Jordy bralette first, and then she published the Black Beauty bra. Beverly Johnson has in the Pinup Girls pattern line, Sweet 16 is considered a bralette, whereas most of her other bras are proper bras. The Sahara bra from Ruby's Bras, that's a great, that would be considered a bralette.
We'll get her back in a second. Just a reminder, everyone, make sure you're leaving a comment entered into the draws that we have going on tonight. We will post those after the live is over, probably tomorrow sometime. And if you're looking for the primer, the QR code in the top corner will lead you right to the primer. You're back, Kaitlyn.
Okay. Where did I lose you?
Okay. I don't know. There's a lot going on. Oh, the Ruby bralette.
Oh, yeah. So Ruby's Bras has published the Sahara bralette. That one's really nice. I know Madeline Intimates has a number of bralette style patterns as well. Lily Pad Designs has some wireless sort of bralette style of patterns as well. So most bra pattern designers also do bralettes.
Perfect. Oh, good, Barbara. I'm glad that you got the primer downloaded. It's great. And I love that we put it up as a PDF so you can print it off and take that copy with you so you're not having to be tied to your computer or your tablet. Okay, so Kaitlyn, when I make my first bra that's going to work out because I'm going to use the primer, I know that there will be adjustments that need to be made. So what are our options for making things fit better?
So sewing the bra is probably the easiest part of the process because you're just following the steps, bang, 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 and you end up with a finished object. But most of us want that finished object to fit our body. So fitting, if you've done like fitting for garments, there are some crossover skills and some pattern adjustments that would translate from one mode to the other, but there are some bra making adjustments that you wouldn't necessarily know from garment making alone. And so that's where finding a community of bra makers is your best bet. So you can contact myself, excuse me, or any of the other custom bra makers in Canada, I know would be super happy to help you with fit assessments, and then like suggestions for pattern adjustments, and like walking you through pattern adjustments. There are also online communities, like you can find a few on Facebook that you can post pictures of the bra on, and then people will give you advice as to what type of pattern adjustment is needed. It's a huge topic. I took a 5-day long course with Beverly Johnson where we were just doing the pattern adjustments and not really like looking at how you would diagnose those necessarily. And so it's something that comes with experience.
Yeah.
But as you make more bras, you kind of refine your knowledge about how bra patterns work on your body, and so typical adjustments you might need to make, as well as just broadening your understanding and knowledge of bra making and fabrics and all of that. So
yeah,
it's iterative. But starting with that best starting size is going to minimize the number of adjustments that you need to make.
Yeah. And I must say that I have been witness to the bra making community in person, and not that I took the class, but I saw things going down, and it is the most body positive, welcoming, supportive crew, and everyone is just helping each other out, getting the right fit, and it's really fun to see that community come together.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So if you ever hear of a bra making course in person near you, you should take it, because you're going to learn a lot. And not necessarily if you're just like, I'll go and I don't see myself making bras in the future for myself, but it's just even to learn how to find a better fit for you in the store and understanding everything that goes into making bras.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Kaitlyn, I think you froze again, but that's okay. Remember, leave a comment if you want to be entered into the draws that we have going on. One is for shopping spree to Emerald Erin for $100. And then the other is for a Janome pack. We have some thread. We have some feet for your machine that are specific for bra making, and some other fun swag. Okay. Question. How much does the fabric type affect the fit of the bra? So like if I'm going in with a lace compared to like a different kind of fabric, if I'm making the exact same bra but with two different fabric types, am I going to have to make a lot of adjustments?
Possibly. I would anticipate when I change materials that the fit is going to be different. Sometimes it's subtle enough that whatever, I'm just going to roll with it. Sometimes it can be dramatic enough that you need to make a different size.
Okay.
Because some of the bra making fabrics that we use are on the stretchier side, like foam. Cut and sew foam is stretchier, a little bit stretchier than, say, Duoplex, which is a little bit stretchier than sheer cup lining. So sheer cup lining being the most rigid, that oftentimes you have to go up a cup size for sheer cup lining compared to Duoplex. And then sometimes you need, usually not down a whole cup size with foam, because the thickness of the foam kind of makes up some of that difference, but the foam does stretch a little bit more. And so the breast will change in each of those fabrics.
Yeah.
So oftentimes what bra makers will do is you want to do your fitting in whatever you intend your final structural fabric to be, and then you just change the decorative layer over the top. So if you're working with a stretch lace will stretch over foam, it will stretch over Duoplex, it will stretch over sheer cup lining, but whatever your foundation fabric is, if you maintain that through your fitting iterations,
right,
the fancy stuff can change over the top and it won't have an impact.
That makes sense. And to me, like when you're talking about it, it makes me think of like jeans. And if you get a stretchy jean compared to like a no stretch denim, and then you're like, you wear like completely different sizes for different reasons.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So when we're talking about
and one more thing too, is that there are subtle differences in the stretch in a single, like in different colorways. So if you're talking about power net, white power net will stretch more than black power net. And so it's oftentimes, I don't know why I still forget this. And then I'm like, why is this black bra so tight?
Oh, yeah.
You just need to add a little bit more to that back band on the black duoplex because it doesn't stretch as much.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like when I talk to the sewing tech at work, he is adamant. Like if I bring him something with black thread, he's like, no, I'm not doing it. Like he's like dark black thread and like deep red thread. Like the dye in them makes them not as durable and more of a pain to work with. So he's like, if you're testing that and telling me it's not working, we're putting a different color thread in there. Yeah, that dye really does a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talk about sewing all the different ones, but you suggest sometimes using the dissolvable thread, which seems like fun.
So when I'm making mock-ups, so I don't use dissolvable thread for the final version. That's a bad idea. But when I'm making mock-ups, I will cut my pieces out. I will attach all the elastics on the edges where they're supposed to be attached, but everything is sewn with dissolvable thread. And the benefit of that is that when I'm done, I put it in a little bucket of water for 10 minutes and it just falls apart. So I don't have to spend half an hour unpicking every piece so that I can reuse it. So when I'm making a mock-up, like I cut my elastics a little extra long, and then when I dissolve it, are we gone again?
We'll get her back in just a second. She always comes back. If you're just joining us, make sure to leave a comment to be entered in draws. And looking for the bra primer, the little QR code in the top corner. If you follow that with your camera, then it will take you to the bra primer. And Kaitlyn, you disappeared. Oh, there you are.
Well, I figured I would grab one.
Okay.
So this is a mock-up. And so you can see here that I've left my elastic tails long.
Yep.
They're not trimmed, so it doesn't look super pretty. But when I am done with this, with fitting this mock-up, I put it in a bucket of water, it falls apart, and then I can reuse my elastics. I can reuse whatever pieces aren't changing in shape from one iteration to the next. Like I can reuse those. If a piece is just getting smaller, like sometimes you can recut a piece, and then I recut only those pieces that change geometry enough, and I sew up my new mock-up or my final version, depending on where I'm at.
But change the thread if it's the final version.
Yes, I never leave the dissolvable thread. I only put in the bobbin, and I never leave it in my machine. When I walk away from my machine, I pull that bobbin out because I don't want to forget.
Yeah,
that bobbin is not real thread.
And dissolvable thread in general, you should be keeping in an airtight container in between uses to prevent the humidity. Although it's winter, it's going to be dry, but still
so dry in Alberta. We don't have that problem. But yes, I pull it out and I put it back in its little Ziploc baggie. And
perfect.
And yeah, I've on my Instagram feed, I have a what are they called? Carousel of how I use dissolvable thread.
Yeah, that's a really cool thing. And I know dissolvable thread was making a lot of headlines this summer with people suggesting people buying swimsuits for their partners. There was a whole thing on TikTok about it. So, but no, in general, that's a great tip because the amount of times that we waste time unpicking, unsewing. So having that option, especially for something with a lot of fitting that you want to do along the way, that's a great option.
Yeah.
Kim is asking, hi Kim, because she normally uses quilting cotton, can you advise us if we're supposed to be pre-washing our fabrics and trims for the bra making?
So I haven't typically pre-washed my bra making fabrics, generally because they are synthetic, like they don't shrink to the same degree that a quilting cotton does. I know that there are some bra makers who insist on it no matter what. I haven't really noticed any issues with fit from pre-washing versus not pre-washing. But if I were to say use like a satin, a lingerie satin instead of the other fabrics that I'm using, I would pre-wash that.
Okay.
It has a lot more natural fibers in it, and therefore the shrinking possibility is higher.
Yeah. And I would say, Kim, that's a whole can of worms on whether all quilters pre-wash or not. So let's not get into the arguments tonight.
Yeah. And then I think too, it depends on like where you're getting your fabrics from. So for example, if you're ordering from, what are they called? Bra Builders. So Bra Builders is a dye to order bra making supply company in the United States, because they cut your length of whatever fabric or elastic you're ordering and they dye it and they wash it. So for the Bra Builder stuff, you wouldn't have to because it's already definitely been pre-washed.
Oh, that's really cool. And Francis was asking earlier about companies in the US and people in the US that teach it. So that's great to know that there's some great companies for our friends south of the border.
Yeah, I think in the bra making document, I include some bra pattern designers in the US as well as some bra making supply companies. The ones that pop off the top of my head, we have Lily Pad Designs, Porcelain. I think Orange Lingerie is based in the US as well. And then Porcelain also does supplies. Lily Pad also does supplies, but I think her main thing is patterns. I could be wrong about that. And then Bra Builders. Those are the three that.
No, yes. Those are great resources. I know I can't remember, but I've ordered some like laces and other fabrics that you could use in bra making out of the States a few times. And there's great selection down there. But it's nice to know that in Canada, we have some great things right here in Ontario. I know there's a couple of different companies, and I'm sure there are more across Canada. If you know of any other ones, like if you're just in the comment section, feel free to give them a little shout out there, because it's nice to know that there's more. I think some fabric stores, some places will have more specialty stuff that they bring in just because that's what their customers are looking for. And so then it's a little niche on who has what out there.
Yes.
Okay, so are there any like patterns out there? We all know that we're either blessed or not blessed, or there's a lot of different sizes out there. Are there any like things that we should be looking for in a pattern? Like definitely if like one side's bigger than the other, or I know that some people only have one side now and not the other. Like what adaptations do we have out there?
So there are lots of there are so many bra pattern companies. Like I really couldn't list them all in that document because there's so many out there. If you get in with those Facebook communities, like they can help point you in the right direction if from that list you haven't found what you're looking for. But yeah, there are certain bra patterns that tend to work better on the smaller side and they don't really work on the larger side. And then the opposite is true. There are bra patterns that work fabulous for the larger sizes, but don't work at all for the smaller sizes. And so it's really sad that Instagram like stopped the ability to follow hashtags because that was super useful.
Yes.
But, just do your best. If you're considering a bra pattern, Google, pinup girls, classic bra, and see what comes up. What are the people? What sizes are there? Do they resemble your body in any way? And you can kind of figure out that if you're looking at a particular pattern over another. As for your question about asymmetry is super common. I feel like I have probably met a lot more asymmetrical people than I've met symmetrical people. Yeah. Usually, or they're not usually, I guess a lot of the times it's not enough of a difference to have to worry about too much. Maybe you have to make a minor tweak to one side and that's it. Some people kind of fit in between. So one side of the bra is just a little tiny bit small and one side of the bra is a little tiny bit big. So that's another option. And then there are people that have a much more dramatic difference between sizes. And so then I'm going to point, Beverly Johnson, she has two really fabulous textbooks. Worth it. If you're diving into bra making, those textbooks are worth it. And the Craftsy class is one of her bra making ones. I don't remember exactly the title, but it's like Tricky Fit or something along those lines. She goes through how do you adjust the bra pattern to accommodate different sizes on either side, and what do you have to do to modify it that way. And then in terms of the mastectomy kind of missing one compared to the other, then you would fit one side, the side that still has the breast tissue, And then I would probably try to fit like a flat piece of fabric there and put seam lines that visually mimic the seam lines on the other side, but then there's just no volume on that cup, or minimal volume on that cup.
That makes sense. Yeah. I mean, there's just so much that can go into it, but it's nice to know that there are supports and people thinking about those things, and that it's also really nice to know that there are more asymmetrical people than symmetrical people out there, because I often feel like we don't talk about those differences enough. But that's great. Is there anything else that you want to talk to us about the bra primer? Is there any last minute questions that anyone has to leave us in the comments?
I think my only other thing is, go forth and have fun and dive in. It's a superpower. When I teach my students, enter in, they're kind of, oh no.
You froze again. We're just here waiting for Kaitlyn to unfreeze, but if you bra primer, this little QR code in the top corner, you can use that to scan it and get to the primer. And then also leave a comment in the comment section, because we will be entering everyone into a draw that we will post later. We have 2 great draw items. One is a thread pack and some feet, and some swag from Janome. And then we also have a $100 gift card to Emerald Erin, plus free shipping all across Canada. So you can get a bra pattern, a bra kit, and you're good to go. And maybe some money left over to spend on some pretty things. Sorry, Kaitlyn, you were saying.
Oh, I lost my train of thought now. Okay. What was the question again?
Oh, anything that just jump in, because I was asking if there's anything else.
Right. When my students come into class, they're always like a little bit uncertain, like, am I actually going to walk out of this with anything useful? And I just watch their confidence build and build and build as that knowledge base kind of comes in and lifts them up. And then on the last day, as we're like actually getting our bra finished, and it's like a brand new person. They have a new superpower. And it's so rewarding to see people understand what a good fitting bra feels like.
Oh my goodness. Right. Like, I think there's some people out there that don't know that a bra is supposed to be comfortable. Like, it's almost, if you get a good fitting bra, it's more comfortable than not wearing them, especially if you have a larger chest. Like, it's a miracle. And so I feel like we got away from a lot of that for a few years, but now like the focus on really finding that good fit is just it's so nice. It's so nice. And so being able to make your own. Okay, but I was asking Kaitlyn earlier while we were doing tech, because I've seen our primer bra quite a few times. And every time that I see it, so this is the one that she made for our thing, I'm always like amazed here, because I can see that this is my underwire part, but then I have this like zigzag over top, and I'm just like, okay, I know how they go together and I understand what's happening here, but every time I look at this like over top of the metal, I'm like, how is this happening? So Kaitlyn, give us a rundown again about all this.
Okay, so it depends on whether you want to have a wire in your bra or not. If you don't have a wire, it really doesn't matter what order you're doing these in. If you want to have a wire, then you need to be careful, because you need to make sure that wire fits all the way around. So in this case, this is an underwired bra. So we have the zigzag stitching of the elastic is done first, and then the channeling is applied, and it's top stitched over top of that elastic so that the wire will fit in.
Yeah, it just I always assume when I see this that this channeling was put in first and then the zigzag. I'm like, how? It's magic. It's magic. Oh, yeah. It's just a little whimsy in our bra making. Yeah. Oh, thanks so much tonight for joining us, Kaitlyn. Like, this has been great. And we really haven't done one of these question and answers before. But I think it's fun to have this kind of platform where we bring in people like this. So those of you in the comments, and if you're watching the reruns, do you like this format? If you do, what would you like us to cover in the future, so that you can ask all your sewing questions and we'll bring in one of our makers that has that key knowledge, so that we can have those answers with you. So leave us a comment about that. tidying up things. If you still need a copy of the bra primer, that's on our website at janome.ca in the Inspire section in our projects, or we have this QR code right here. I don't know if it'll live there after the live, but that's the QR code. And that, if you scan that, that'll take you right to the project. And we are also having a contest or a draw tonight. So if you've taken part in the live and you've left us a comment, you will be entered into a draw for some Janome swag, some threads, some feet, or you will win the $100 gift card to Emerald Erin. I think that's about it. Is there anything else we should talk about tonight?
I can't think of anything else.
That's what sounds good. Like we talked about a lot here. I know that I'm excited to find some time to actually break out my kit and print off my primer and really try my hand at making a bra, feeling fully supported in the whole process. Because it takes, I mean, the first one is comical. I maybe should put it on Instagram at some point to show you like the progression of my learning and how I get there eventually. But thanks for everyone for joining us tonight. And thank you, Kaitlyn, for sharing your time and your knowledge with us. This has been great.
You're welcome. It was my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
All right. Take care, everyone.